Okay, the focus of this lesson was Kent. And the thing I want you to write about is thinking about Kent as a character, and specifically this aspect of him disguising himself and staying loyal to Lear, and in particular, in the scene with Oswald, the way Kent almost loses control of his performance, and how eventually I want you to think about that in terms of the other character who transforms or disguises himself for completely other reasons, Edgar, and also how Edgar loses control of his performance, particularly in the storm scene, and then how he comes out of it afterwards upon seeing Gloucester. So to begin this first video, I'm going to look at the scene earlier on at the beginning of 1-4 where Kent, who's been banished by Lear for standing up to him, calling him old and mad, using thou in front of everyone in the court. Lear has banished him on threat of death. Kent reappears and tells the audience that he's going to disguise himself and remain loyal. If but as well I other accents borrow. This is what he's gonna change the way he speaks to change his appearance, because one of the things that's confusing in this play is why doesn't Lear recognize Kent, or why don't the other characters recognize him? I think it's really crucial the costume change, the voice change to really bring that home. But also it could underline the fact that characters like Gloucester and Lear can't see very well. That can my speech diffuse my good intent may carry through itself to that full issue for which I raised my likeness. Now banish Kent, if thou canst serve where thou dost stand condemned, so may it come thy master, whom thou lovest, shall find thee full of labors. So, he's going to serve even though he's condemned. He's going to serve. He is loyal to the point that Cordelia's banished, she leaves. She will return with France to invade England, to reinstate Lear. But Kent's loyalty is different. He's been banished, but he refuses to leave Lear alone. So he changes the way he appears. And to show his love and loyalty, he stays very close. Obviously, this is an edited scene to really get to the heart of it. Lear comes in. Remember, we're in Goneril's house. Lear has 100 knights. That was the agreement he made. Now, these 100 knights, it is very difficult, near impossible. Think now for a second that this is a stage play. To hire 100 people on stage, it doesn't make any sense. So it begs the imagination. How are you going to portray these 100 knights? The emphasis in modern productions, particularly from Peter Brook onwards, is these knights are actually riotous. They are causing trouble in the house of Goneril. In Peter Brook's version, they in fact trash the house completely in order to emphasize really how much of a mess they are. So they come in, they're from the hunt, they make horns, there's attendants, knights, there's a crowd of people. And Lear finds a man in front of him. What art thou? Well, I'm a man. That plain, simple truth is something that Cornwall picks up on. Kent, the character he's going to play, he knows Lear very well. He wants loyalty and plain speaking. What do you want with me? Look, I am no less than I seem. What you see is what you get, obviously. That is dramatic irony, because that's anything but true. Also, we could link that to the fact that Lear can't see. As Kent himself criticizes, see better, Lear. To serve him truly, that will put me in trust. To love him that is honest. To converse with him that is wise, and says little. To fear judgment. To fight when I choose. And to eat no fish. Of course, here's the gag. He tags the joke on at the end. He'll serve people he trusts, love the honest, converse with the wise. I'm not going to talk too much. I fear judgment. I'll be frightened of you. I'll fight for you. These are the things that Lear's looking for. Service, love, discussion, fear, fight. I mean, I think that shows real insight. Kent knows who he's talking to. What art thou? I'm an honest-hearted fellow, and as poor as the king. Again, another light joke. And a way of saying, I don't know you're the king. I think it's a joke. It could be a joke that cuts into the fact that the king's given away everything. It could be a joke just as a jibe, just as a kind of ironic joke, as if, I am poor, but not like the king. I mean, this is a bit confusing to me, but I kind of get what he's saying. If thou be as poor for a subject as he is for a king, thou art poor enough. He plays into the joke. What wouldst thou? What do you want to do? Service. Okay, so service, bond, loyalty, these are concepts that dominate the opening of the play and actually throughout. Who do you want to serve? You. And here King Lear is suspicious. Do you know me? Dost thou know me, fellow? Because he can't recognize it's Kent, but do you know? No. No, I can't, but you have a face. You have a face. You have something in your face which I would call you master. And he goes, what's that? Authority. You have authority. This is really crucial. Lear's given away his land. He's given away everything except the name king and 100 knights. And he expects the loyalty and love of his daughters. And he rejects Cordelia and Kent for not showing that loyalty. But what you'll see, particularly in this scene, is that his sense of kingship, he's not respected anymore. It's less and less. But Kent sees in him, you still have that thing I love, authority. You still have that. And he says, okay, well, what can you do? Well, I can give you honest advice. I can ride, run. I can ruin a curious, or just change a curious tale in telling it. I can tell a plain message bluntly. I'm qualified. And I'm diligent. It's a CV a little bit. It's a CV. And here, Lear, and I guess this shows a little bit about where Lear's at. He's already got 100 people. But he wants more. He wants more. He wants people to be around him, surround him, that he trusts. And he says, follow me, thou shalt serve me. If I like thee no worse after dinner, I will not part from thee yet. So, okay, let's see how it goes at dinner. If I don't like you any less, you're with me. What happens at dinner is Oswald refuses to serve him. Another one of his knights says, you know what, Lear, you're not being served properly in this house. You're not being treated properly. And Kent helps beat Oswald. Lear's already been accused of beating servants. And here comes Kent to help beat him again. And Lear loves him for it. So here we see Kent transform himself, get back into Lear's loyalty, and stand so close to him that he'll serve him. And indeed, I think he's here to protect him. Now, but how much he gets caught up in this role is what I'm really going to look at in the next video.